Hey guys, it's Jessica Starr here. I'm coming back with another video. So today's video is going to be about my surgeries. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I am pro surgery. I love surgery so much. I feel like surgery is literally one of the best things in the entire world. Like, you can use it to invest in yourself. You can use it to protect yourself for your health in case you have whatever going on. It's one of the biggest things that I feel like have changed the world for the better. Girl, some of us would not be who we are today if it wasn't for the surgery. Let's just say that, celebrities included. We all know I got my boobs done, and that was one of the biggest, most important surgeries I've ever gotten, because that was like the start of my transition. And if you don't know, I talked more about it in my last video. Literally the entire process leading up to getting my boobs done was not an easy process, but thankfully, I recorded it, documented it, so you guys can see what I had to go through. So if you guys are going through whatever, or if you guys are struggling with the thought of getting surgery, you can see what I had to deal with firsthand. And I still was able to prosper, and I still was able to make it. So if I was able to make it, you as sure as hell can make it. I'm trying to think what else was next. After my boobs, I got buccal fat removal. So I got buccal fat removal in November. I got my boobs done in September, and I got my buccal fat removal done in November. So a lot of my surgeries, they were back to back. And I got buccal fat removal, and I would give that, because I was awake for that, and I would rate the pain possibly like between a 8 to 10, depending on how your body is and your body's anatomy. It really is up to you, but usually buccal fat removal, just to give you guys a description, it's when they take the fat inside of your cheeks and they go all the way, they cut an incision inside of your mouth, and then they go deep inside of your mouth all the way up here, and you start to feel it. Your temples start like hurting and things. At least that's how it was for me. And then after that, they have to yank the fat out. But sometimes you have stubborn fat, or some people, they have stubborn fat in their cheeks. So I had stubborn fat within my cheeks. So this motherfucker was pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. And I'm like, well, damn, nigga, how long you gonna keep on pulling it for? But then I also was like, oh my God, take your time, because the shit hurts. So that's why I would give it between an 8 to 10, because depending on how stubborn your fat is, it could really hurt. And then the recovery period, I would rate that a motherfucking 5, because girl, it took me a while to realize what my face was supposed to look like. Buccal fat removal is almost like a long lost twin sister that is not identical to facial femme, or when you get a facelift, or when you get a midlift, because your entire face is swollen. You can't recognize your face. You have to sit there and heal, and you really are unrecognizable. Like, no shame, my face swelled up immediately. And I was in Beverly Hills, had a beautiful penthouse hotel. It was like a presidential suite, and it was a beautiful hotel. And it was one of the biggest hotels that I've ever had. And I was so happy, and I was grateful that I at least had a nice place to rest my head at when I came back home. Because, bitch, after I got that surgery, I asked myself, what the fuck did I do? What did I do? Because immediately my face was unrecognizable. I did not want to be seen at all. My face swelled up like a chipmunk. And I'm going to try to incorporate the video in here in case y'all need to see how I looked. So I ended up taking a client the day after I got my buccal fat removal, and I had all the lights off. Just a quick story time. I had all of the lights off, and the client came over, and it was like the only time a client came over, and I was just not confident. I was like, oh my God, I turned off all the lights. He came in, he's like, turn on all the lights, turn the lights on, why you got the light? I like to see, what I'm doing. I could truly say that was the first and only time I ever felt like a catfish, because my photos look nothing like how I look. I would say between 3 to 5 months for me to really see what my face was supposed to look like. And that was difficult for me because I had a lot of stuff going on. I had clients, and they give you this thing to put over your face to help the swelling go down. So that was that. To mind you, this is all personal, by the way. So just because it took me 3 to 5 months to really see the full effects, doesn't mean that it's probably going to take as long for you as it did for me. And I'm not going to lie, I think I immediately regretted it, because you know, I was at the start of my transition. So I was going for anything that was going to make me look more feminine. And I completely, this is when I realized that just because you see somebody else get a surgery on their face and it looks good on them does not mean it's going to look good on you. I wanted a full face that was going to be round, that was going to have a little, probably like a little V shape, kind of like how my face is now. Thank God to hormones and everything else and filler and all of that. But, which honestly, all I really needed was filler. And I feel like it made my face look masculine because when it took out the cheek fat, it was just jawline and just cheek, like jawline, cheek. It just looked too sharp, like too masculine almost. I did not like it. And then as time went on, I realized I'm like, I kind of like it. It's cute. You have to beware of jowls, and I do have a little bit of jowls. So basically, jowls is like, you see how sometimes if I talk a little bit, like right here, you could kind of see it. So that's jowls. That's usually when you start to have like a little fat right here. Hopefully I get that taken care of when I do like a facial femme. But yeah, so that's what that is like right here. Usually if I get like really small or like skinny, you can't really see it. But if I have like little meat on my bones and I'm a little thick girl, you can kind of see it a little bit more. So keep that in mind. That is a risk. And I knew that beforehand and it still happened to me, but it is what it is. I still look like a bad bitch. And then I would say my next was getting my teeth done. Now, once I got my teeth done, I got my teeth done in January, which is only like 2 months from my buccal fat removal. And once I got my teeth done, that was the moment where I had to sit my ass down and realize, like, bitch, I don't need to do nothing to my face for a while, because I was changing my face so fast that I was almost becoming too unrecognizable to the point where I didn't feel attached to myself. Now that's very important to me, like for me to feel like me. And I just did not feel, I didn't know what I was giving. That was the hardest part. I didn't know what I was giving because when I got my teeth done, I got them too white. So I went to Dental Designs in Miami, and honestly, they're really good at what they do, because now that I'm looking at my teeth, I absolutely love my teeth. My teeth is like A1, but but it was like 2 years for the whiteness to kind of calm down. And they're still a little white, but they ask you when you get your teeth done, do you want to, you know, get it the Hollywood white, or do you want to get it like natural white? And I'm like, shit, you know, whiten me up. And no shade, I got them too motherfucking white. Like white, like glow in the dark type white. And that's what happens sometimes when you get your teeth done. Now, I have lied a couple of times and told people that I got porcelain, but I have composite. But so I have a porcelain tooth right here, but then the rest of my teeth are composite. And the reason why I got this tooth as porcelain is because I got this tooth done years and years and years ago in college. And this might be a story time if you want, but it was my first night having a Four Loko. I slipped over my own throw up, and I chipped my own tooth. It was like a movie, like promise you. It was the first time I've ever had a Four Loko. It was the gold can. It was the 14%, and bitch, it was horrendous. That night was crazy. Okay, so I chipped my tooth, so I ended up having to get like a porcelain tooth, but then the rest of my teeth are composite. And that's the reason why, that was like the big reason why I said I should have got like natural white, because the porcelain tooth is like a natural, and then a composite is like a mimic of the natural. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not smart about it, your teeth might just look like buckaroos, too big, too white. Those basement teeth, they don't work how they supposed to. And usually they come in and they come out and they pop in and they pop out. You got to stop using toilet equipment for your teeth. People be using the same type of material that people use for their toilets for their teeth, and that's not what you're supposed to do. And that's probably why that man is still, you know, under the jail, the ones that was working on all these people's teeth, because there's certain materials that should not be in your mouth. Professionalism, they were A1. I had to go there. I had to wait a little bit. But what I did like about them is that if you need a hotel, they'll get you your own hotel that's like attached to the company. And they also have a truck that will pick you up from wherever you are to, you know, to the place. Now, a bitch like me, I was staying at Lowe's, Scarborough, Gabless, however you say that, hotel. So I ain't need no hotel that was attached to the company because during this time, bitch, I was big banking. Honey, like I was like 10,000 a month, bitch. I was making money, and I'm still making money. But during this time, it was my first time into the dom world, and I did not care. Like now, I have a little bit more precaution, but back in the day, bitch, I was doing what I had to do, so I was getting it out the motherfucking mud. So money was coming, and I was just spending, or investing, because look at me now. But so that was that with the teeth. Now the recovery period, it was fine. As far as I can remember, I don't remember it hurting. I know that they had to numb my mouth. And yeah, the only thing that I didn't like is the fact that my teeth were too white. I remember when I had a client and now this is in Miami. So I had a client, and the clients in Miami are different. I just love them so much. But he came over, and the first thing he said, "You cute with your white ass teeth." I said, "Oh my God." I honestly didn't smile for a while. Even when people would give me compliments on my teeth, I would try not to smile because my shits were too white. Or I probably wasn't used to it because they're probably like just as white now as they were back then. But I kind of got used to it, you know, like it fit in my mouth. But when I first got it done, I just felt like they were just like, you know, like just like a little, like, I don't know, like donkey teeth a little bit, but you got to get used to it. And it's really because like my natural teeth were so small. So when I got these teeth, I was like, oh my God, these are too big. And now that I look at them, I'm like, oh no, these are perfect. Like, no, I don't want them bigger. I don't want them smaller. I want them just how they have. So that's what happened. And honestly, like, I'm not going to lie, with the buccal fat removal and with the getting the teeth done and stuff like that, I was kind of depressed for a while. I didn't want to go outside. I just stayed in the house. I was depressed for about a good like 3 months. I didn't feel like myself at all because now I have a swollen face that's coming down from the buccal fat removal, and then now I got these big teeth in my mouth that are too fucking white, and they're not even matching the porcelain tooth that's in my mouth. So I just feel like everything is just not going how it's supposed to. But it's so weird because now that I look at it, I'm like, I'm thankful for the buccal fat removal, and I'm thankful for getting my veneers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's weird how things just happen. Sometimes things just have to take time. When it was time for me to get my butt done, I'm so grateful for this ex, even though we really don't talk anymore. If you're out there, hey, thank you so much for everything that you have helped me with. I really do appreciate you. I think about you from time to time. Thank you. And thank you for being my friend. And thank you for laughing with me. Thank you for sticking it out with me for as long as you did. And I still have love for you. And thank you so much for being with me when I got my butt done. I really appreciate you because he kind of motivated me to stop putting off getting my BBL because that was kind of like the last thing I really wanted to do. And that was the last cosmetic procedure I did on my body. And this was about a year and a half ago. I got my butt done. Actually, no, I think that was 2 years ago. And I think me getting my teeth done and everything was like three and a half to probably 4 years ago. Probably 3 years ago anyway. But when I got my butt done, now this was something. Now, getting my butt done was interesting. I went to Ivana Plastic Surgery. Absolutely amazing. Finally did the BBL. And I paid my money. I got my blood draw. At this point, I was smoking a lot of weed. Now, with a lot of the cosmetic procedures, like getting your boobs done or getting your teeth done and getting your buccal fat removal, they always recommend you not to smoke weed, or at least weed that is wrapped in like some type of tobacco. At least try joints or edibles, and then you'll be good. But because I tested positive for cannabis, marijuana for my boobs, and I was still able to get it done. I knew for a fact I tested positive when it came to getting my my BBL. I already knew I was going to test positive because my ex at the time, we used to be smoking so much weed. And I'm kind of grateful that we smoked as much weed because when it was time for me to get my BBL, we was always high. So everything kind of seemed like a breeze. And then when you have like a companion with you throughout the entire process, things feel less harsh. Like when I got my boobs done, the whole world was against me. I don't care what nobody say. I was having to fight the entire world for my boobs. So that was hard. That was stress. But when it came to my BBL, bitch, we was eating. He was cooking. We was smoking. It was nice. I got that done in Miami as well. We got the hotel and all of that. I got a beautiful hotel. It was like an upstairs and a downstairs with the little ladder that goes up. Bitch, I spent money on that. So, and no, we didn't go half. I spent all my money on that, okay? I did the ab etching and I did the lipo 360 with the BBL. She was really good. I got the massages with them too. The massage lady was really good. Now, let me just say this. How my BBL looks now, like how my body looks now, is exactly how I looked when I got off the table. When I got my butt done, as soon as I woke up, bitch, it was pain. I cried, I called my grandmother, and it's because I did ab etching and I just felt like, I felt the tubes. So they put 2 tubes in me in like my bikini area, and that was kind of the worst part of it all. When I got them tubes taken out, oh, I was so happy. They just felt really sharp and my stomach was so sore because I did the ab etching and I had to lay on my stomach. I would say getting a BBL, you don't only plan for the surgery, you have to plan for like the next 2 or 3 months. Like these now there's TV girls that keep on getting these BBLs and then they getting off the table and fighting and doing all of this. Like, girl, I don't know how they doing it because, bitch, it was, girl, I could not, when it was time for me to go on the plane, bitch, I had to sit on my knees and bitch, it was a 6.5-hour flight. You bleed a lot. Like there's always like drainage. A lot, all over the place. So if you don't have somebody that's gonna really be there to take care of you, I would probably say to wait a little bit because, girl, it's gonna be a lot of blood all over the place. And anytime you get a BBL, you're gonna have to make sure that the entire bed is covered with the shower curtain or like the liner, the shower liner, because it's gonna be stuff all over the place. And for me, bitch, the drainage was all over the sheets, all over the pillows. Like it was kind of like getting messy. And thankfully I didn't get charged because the hotel knew exactly, because you know it's a hotel in Miami. They all know girls be coming in and out of there, you know, to get their butt done and recover and all of that. Taking showers were kind of difficult. Like the first 3 showers were the most difficult to me. Because like the warm water, I hate cold showers. So I was, bitch, I don't give a fuck about fainting in this motherfucking bathtub. Whitney Houston me, please. I don't give a fuck. Ho, make sure this shower is hot, ho. This is why I say it got interesting. Because I ended up with a fucking seroma. So if you don't know what a seroma is when there's like a pouch and it's like with drainage. Because when you do your BBL, getting massages are like you have to. Because if you don't, at some point, it might not even look like you got lipo, because you could get like seromas and you could get like things that's going to be there. That's going to be like pockets of just like liquid and drainage. And then it makes it seem like you got a pudgy stomach. And that's what happened to me, because me flying from Miami to Seattle, horrible. And me being out here after the surgery, horrible. Because there was nobody out here that could do my massages. I didn't find anybody to do my massages until it was too late. I already had a seroma and there was nothing that they could do about it. And it had to like slowly go down. Some seromas, they will go down and mine kind of go down. I still feel like I probably got a little swelling that would probably like need to be taken care of. But it is what it is. I love how my body is anyway. So that's something you have to watch out for. Make sure you get your massages. So massages are as important as the surgery. It's no shade. Don't think you're about to just get that BBL and keep it moving. I could assure you, anybody that doesn't get massages after their surgery or don't get at least like 5 to 10 massages, you're going to have problems. So be sure to do your massages. And if you are flying to Miami and wherever you fly back home to, they don't have massages and stuff like that, stay in Miami until you get at least 10 massages. It don't matter how much money you got to spend. Do what you got to do. Sometimes when you start the investment, you have to finish it. So, and honestly, that's really the general tip I would give to anybody out there that want to get surgeries. Number 1, you got this, girl. I love you so much. I'm putting some prayer hands over you so that, you know, you get in your surgery and you get out and you could, you know, reach out to me, let me know how it go. I feel like I'm talking to somebody right here, you know, talking to a bunch of people, hopefully. But you got this. Don't be nervous. You know, calm down, relax. You got this, you got this, you got this. I know how nerve-wracking it can be to, you know, be waiting in that room and wait for the anesthesiologist to come in and put that needle inside of you and tell you, okay, count back down from 10, or they have this pointless conversation with you until you fall asleep, and before you know it, you wake up in a fucking cold room, because that's what happened to me. Just remember why you're doing it, and just know that everything's gonna work out well for you, okay? You got this, boo. Look at me. It all happened and it worked well for me. So it's going to work well for you. You got this. Talking about the anesthesiologist, girl. So first of all, when I got my BBL, this black lady came in. We talking, we laughing, we having a good time. As soon as she was about to put the needle in me, she sit down. This lady fell out her motherfucking chair with the needle in her hand. I said, hold on now. This lady fell on her flat, well, I don't think she had a flat ass. Nobody really had a flat ass in Miami. Everybody got a fat ass. Even when the aunties and the old ladies, they be having big butts. No shade. If you ever want to know how your BBL is going to look at the age of 70 or 80, bitch, go to Miami. Okay? Bitch be having asses as fat as a wheelchair on myself. Everything worked well. I went into the room. She asked me where I was from. And before you know it, after I told her, I'm from New York. Sleep, bitch. Sleep, hoe. That shit put me to sleep, and then I woke up. I was in a cold room in a bunch of fucking pain, especially with my stomach. I was like, oh my God, I wasn't even worried about my ass. Like, my ass did not hurt. I felt a little sore, a little stiff. And your ass is, well, my ass was extremely hard at first, but it was the effects that I really wanted it. Like, it was like, boom, boom. Like how my body is right now, it was like this. That's exactly how it was. Now, it's like that now, but that's probably because of like 2 years of eating. First of all, before you get your BBL, eat, get fat. Get as fat as you possibly can. And if you can, add on arm lipo, because that's going to be extra fat that you want. And you could put that in your hips or something like that if you want the Barbie doll look that I always aspire to have. Yeah, and don't smoke no weed, or at least if you do smoke weed, make sure, like I did, it's in joint paper, not in any type of tobacco at all, or do the edibles. Get your massages, and oh yeah, eat a lot of food, eat a lot of protein, especially after your surgery, because what happened to me, after I had my surgery, my ex and I, we were really going through it. I was so stressed out before and after surgery. And I don't think I lost weight. I think the swelling kind of went down. It's going to take time for that ass to really build back up to how it looked exactly after the surgery. But once the ass loosens up and you keep on eating your bread and you keep on eating your rice and your granolas and your protein and your healthy fats and things like that, you're going to shape out perfectly. At least that's what's going on with me. And I think me doing my hormones, in addition to me having my BBL, in addition to me eating, is kind of helpful. Because that all together thickens me up, and it's like perfect for me, because I'm like, oh my God, my ass is so fat. But my next upcoming surgeries, I want FFS, and I want to get my boobs bigger. Just bigger. And I want more of a lift. And I want to get a BBL round 2. Yeah, that's all of the surgery that I've had. Now, of course, I've had fillers, but I've been having that for like years, so that's not really like surgery. And I could have gotten my boobs bigger, by the way, but y'all know how skinny I was, right? Y'all already seen how skinny I was, so I couldn't go any bigger. And right now, they're like perfect. Okay? Because when I first got my boobs done, they were like small. They was like a little this, little 1, 2. I put that grown woman weight on, so it's just like, it's like milky, you know what I mean? Sweet cream and whole milk. I love you guys so much. And whoever's out there that is getting their surgery, have a wonderful time. And if you are nervous about your surgery, it's okay. You got this. Remember what I said. I'm putting good hands on you so that you get in and you get out as successful and as healthy as you possibly can. Follow the doctor's orders and let me know how it goes. Love y'all.